Look, I've got some hags with me. Let's see, who have we got? We've got Toya, we've got Natalia, we've got May, Christine, and Lucy. There's some Canadians, some Yanks. We'll call them Yanks, and a Brit. And an Aussie. So we're nearly the clean sweep of the Commonwealth, but you know. Right, today we are going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to rant. Today's the first episode of Rant Club. So Rant Club is one of those shows where you just come on and you rant about shit. So guess what? Today's shit is a YG Entertainment. YG has got. Oops, I forgot to put you on there. YG, hello. I forgot to put. Someone poke me when I don't put the girls on because I've got a thing here where YG is one of those groups where basically the group that got me into K-pop. So the entertainment group that got me into K-pop. So Big Bang was the reason I went into K-pop. And then after I got into Big Bang, I was into Winner and Icon. And, you know, I watched all the YG stuff, the YG family concerts, all that, 21, all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, they're also one of the worst companies for putting their artists in the dungeon.
Female artists.
Female artists.
Let's be very specific.
The worst.
Let's be very specific with this.
But even the male, I mean, much worse.
Yeah.
But even the male idols, like remember when Icon disappeared and didn't perform in Korea for about 3 years?
The male
in Japan.
The male artists go in the dungeon, but they get day release.
Yeah, they get day passes.
They get out on parole.
For those of you in the chat, feel free to tell us your thoughts on YG Entertainment or YG the man, and we'll pop them up and scream. But who'd like to take it away first? Where should we start?
I feel like we should probably start with YG the man because I think that a lot of the culture, the legend, I think he's more of like a nightmare. Because I think like all of the cultural problems that exist at YG sort of like stem from him as a person and continue to this day. Because he's just such a piece of garbage that it's.
Now, wasn't he in a group? Was he? He was in.
Sabotage in the group.
He was like the group, yeah.
The OG group.
The OG 92. Here's K-pop group. Yep.
Yeah. And then thought to himself, I could be a businessman. Everyone loves me. But here's the problem is that just because you're good at music doesn't mean you're good at business of music. And
or dealing with people.
Yes, and it's become very clear, like as time goes on, that what he's good at is being a creep. Which he began very early on in his business career.
The smaller, the better.
Yeah, and I mean, we do have a few. We have had a few artists who've become CEOs, and have any of them done really well though? I mean, we got Psy, but people are leaving his company in droves.
I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, I really do wonder what's going on there.
The ones that do, it's like that. I feel like it's not the best choice to make. Like, there's like a difference between if you're like the CEO of a company that you are the only artist at, like it's your personal management agency, than it is if you're like, I'm going to manage other people, because that's a whole different skill set. That
knowing the business isn't the same as being able to manage.
Yeah,
it's totally different. Yeah, we have that problem at work too with people who think they've done all the work, they know what's involved, but they've never learned how to manage people. They really don't know that stuff. What else?
And I think notably we should have all the world at large should have really figured out what this guy was about when you learn about how he got married
Oh,
I think really
everybody.
tells you a lot about
like them together when he's with her brother.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, she was,
Right.
for anyone who's unfamiliar with his wife, she was in a girl group. She's 12 years younger than him, which, like, listen, I'm not gonna, if everyone's an adult, I don't really care because, like, full disclosure, my
Yeah.
parents have a 30-year age difference, so I, like,
Yeah.
can't really say anything. But, like, he was her boss. And
Oh, before that, he met her through her brother.
her brother
I
was a
think.
member of Sexies.
Right.
He was
And
also their boss.
He was running around the house.
She was running
Yeah.
around the
Doing
house.
dishes, right?
She was 12,
Yeah.
and he thought, "Oh, who's this girl?"
Yeah.
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 Lucy,
She was
you
like
are
12 years
crackly-
old.
Check your
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
she's 12 and he's like what at that time 20 something.
the classic
Late
groomer
20s.
setup.
Yeah.
He's like
You
mid
know.
20s. Yeah, he's mid 20s by then.
But just to say, even to state publicly that you saw her at that age and were like,
You're telling on
really
yourself,
pretty.
you fucking creep.
if that's what you're saying publicly, how gross are your thoughts? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, gross.
And then I'm going to hire you. I'm going to hire you.
I'm
Well,
gonna
now
hire
I'm gonna
you.
bring you on as a trainee,
Yeah.
Exactly. Hire you.
and then
And I'm
train
gonna,
your wife.
and not only that, but like, it wasn't just like her career that he had power over, but also her brother's career as well. So it's like, even if, like, listen, I don't know if she loves him or whatever. I'm not gonna speak for this woman, but it's suspicious, you know.
Very suspicious. Especially because he openly said that he did not promote their group because he didn't like people's attention on her. He didn't want the world to see her.
Yeah,
So
he fully admitted that one.
Yeah, that's
So
disgusting. He's gross.
kills her career, and then all of her other groups make career. Killed it.
Just because he was a creep and fell in love with a child. And it only continues from there at the old YG family. I guess, spoiler alert, things don't get much better for women at this company.
It's just gonna get worse.
Things don't get better.
Did I see that they are there's a new girl group? They're looking for a new girl group already?
Don't.
Under a black label, because Teddy has
I'm just going to show this. Won't be able to hear you guys when I put it on because this platform is fucked. But so there was an ad. So that was an online
Born
audition.
after 2004.
Yeah.
So Blackpink now going to get shafted.
Right.
And after they've not even been allowed to grow.
They're
not been
now
allowed
going to
produce
get
any music.
shafted?
But what's new?
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
it's following the pattern of 2NE1. The biggest difference is that Blackpink did what 2NE1 didn't do, which was actually get on the global stage and be a global phenomenon. Justice for 2NE1, because that should have been them.
I just,
But
Right.
Yeah, Tammy.
yeah.
Born after 2004. If you're being that specific, you're getting why can't we
all
just
creepy.
debut adults?
oh,
Right.
just get girls, just get women, just get
get
talented
women.
individuals.
People
How about
people love
Men
women.
don't like that.
Here's
true.
what always gets me is that, like, every girl group, like real passionate girl group stan I know, is either a woman or a gay man. So clearly they're not the ones being creepy. So it's just like, why are you advertising to like pedophiles? Why stop. Stop.
They cater to their own kind, apparently.
Yeah.
And to bring on, like going back to 21, you bring on a child to your group, Minzy, and then you have her psyche in your hands.
Yeah.
And as she develops as a woman, you basically destroy her mentally.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
she's effed up and said it's all due to her treatment at that company.
Yeah. And it's like the audacity of looking like YG does and then telling women that they're ugly just like really gets me.
I don't want to go for the looks. I don't want to go for his looks, but come on.
I don't want see, normally I don't care what people look like. I don't want to go for people's looks either. But when you have the audacity to suddenly decide that you're the arbiter of other people's looks, fair game, my friend. Like, if you can't take it, don't dish it.
The funny thing about it is I feel like if you look at pictures of him like I said, I don't want to go too much about his looks, but when he was like 19, 20, 21, he wasn't like an unattractive young guy. No. But that ugliness, I mean, he looks like a fucking toad now, and it's like all the grossness inside has just spewed out all over. He's so gross.
Yeah.
It's so the inside has come out and covered him in slime and guck. And
he's worse than Jabba the Hutt to me. Like, he's so disgusting.
The song Ugly by 2NE1, that's what got me to them. And if you read if you read the English lyrics of that song, it is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because they were considered the pretty girls. You know, and they have a whole song about wanting to be pretty. And it's like just being
but it's like
women in the industry and poor Bomb, you know, getting whatever her, you know, I don't begrudge anyone getting plastic surgery. Do whatever, do you, boo. But just taking her and just making her feel so inferior. And then her, you know, what happened with her with you know, the drug case and the drug scandal. And YG just being like, and not even.
I feel like I'm on alert.
I know. I'm trying to.
We'll figure this. Listen, we'll figure out this technology one day.
Yeah, we will.
We're hags. Hell,
he was a very normal-looking dude. Like,
like the ugly had not taken him over yet because he hadn't
decided to be that way.
Completely become Darth Vader yet. Like, he just,
he gets into the dark side.
There's young YG.
Let him loose.
With like that's a normal looking dude.
Right.
YG before the hat took him over. The fucking hat.
That was his hat. When it comes over his face at the end of Vengeance Fest, he brings it down and he starts the apparatus. and he kneels before the Emperor.
We haven't done the Star Wars episode yet, Frankie, but is there anybody that didn't know that's who's Darth? I mean, he is Darth Vader.
I don't know if anyone's chosen that one. But are you doing the Star Wars one? You better.
Yeah.
We're talking about Idol recast. So next Sunday, if I can get my shit together, we're doing one where we recast Rocky Horror Picture Show with K-pop idols. We did do one for Greece. We did one for Greece was the one that
Greece
featured
was cursed.
YG.
Greece was unholy. Greece was an unholy horror show.
Poor Wonho.
Greece was the best programming I've seen in years.
We needed to get that out. We need to get that out.
If you need a laugh, watch it. Watch it. Bad day, watch it.
I want to get it on Korean TV, but
yes.
I don't know how. But so Idol recast. We're doing Rocky Horror Picture Show next week, and we're also going to be doing Star Wars next year, the Avengers, and any other shows we can really. And the reason it's so much fun is because I'm a skilled Photoshopper.
Yeah, she's skilled. She's a
skilled
Photoshopper.
So we did a really lovely YG as Vince Fontaine from that was one of my better works.
Person preying on young high school girls.
So
Speaking of like him and his attitude towards women, I'm just reflecting on interviews with I forget her name is on the tip of my brain, but from Acmu.
Yes.
Thank you. Where she would give interviews where like, oh yeah, people at the company told me I should get plastic surgery, but I like the way I look. And I'm like, imagine the actual like internal steel backbone of this woman.
yeah,
To be, because she was very young when she was because they won, like a singing contest, and her and her brother are not what you would call the Korean standard of beauty, shall we say?
Yeah.
But neither of them.
Gorgeous,
Of course she's gorgeous, but neither of them have altered their looks to appease anyone, and that's unfortunately the exception, not the rule. And I always find sort of like this push for companies to tell idols to get plastic surgery and stuff so strange, because I find that this might just be a personal thing, but I feel like a lot of people agree with me that unique looks are far more interesting and long-lasting than
I'm totally on that.
than generic attractive. Like so.
Yeah. 100%.
Honestly, I think we need to do a whole show on plastic surgery, because look, sometimes people, their idol's been away for a little while and they come back and everyone's going, "Ooh, glow up," and it's like, come on, they've
We
had
got a
plastic
nose job.
surgery.
Chill out.
Right.
They've had a nose job. I
Like
mean,
in a way, you can say that's a glow up. But
I mean, Ren.
I don't really care if people get plastic surgery if it's a personal choice
surgery
that they make themselves and they're not being forced into it.
Yeah, but then you also get the ones that are screaming plastic surgery when all that's happened is they've gotten older and their bones have
shifted
as well, which is another thing. Oh
my God, what a shock!
Yeah. Like, well, they didn't get phased out before they stopped looking, like they were their age, 16.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
God forbid away.
God forbid people get older.
Did YG we know YG told the girls in 21 that they were ugly, basically. Did he tell Big Bang they were ugly? I mean, did he do that same thing? I don't know a lot about the boys. So
like I
all.
feel like it's always different for men, right? Like
I feel like he it's total sexism. Like
he's
complete double
a
standard.
raging misogynist for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Also, he told Lee High she was ugly. Lee High.
She's one of the most stunning, beautiful women you'll ever see.
You must be high if you think that's the case.
Nothing with her. Didn't promote her. Didn't give her good. Like, that voice is
impeccable.
It's like he takes the best and then snuffs it out.
There we go.
In the dungeons.
He reduces them to where they feel like they're nothing, and then he gaslights them into becoming what he thinks they should be.
Yeah,
which
and
is,
he does it. He's doing it
his
with
wife,
has done it with Blackpink.
Yep. Yeah, even his wife.
They're the pretty ones. Blackpink were supposed to be. Oh, now I have a group, and they're the pretty group. Like, I'm going to make them successful because they're better looking, but I'm going to tell them they have no fucking talent, that their musical ability doesn't matter, that they can't sing, that they can't dance, and
also
basically ruin them in in every other way possible.
Yeah.
And probably also tell them that they're not actually that pretty.
Right,
that it's
right.
just
Tell
because
them, you're too fat, don't eat, all that. So
those girls are brave souls for sticking there.
They were small to begin with. Now, literally, wind could come and blow all of them away.
Yeah,
all of them.
And they feel, I feel like any little light they had. I've been a fan since late 2017. So when I started getting into K-pop, Blackpink House or House of Blackpink, I can't remember what it was called, had just started, and my daughter loved Blackpink, and she's like, "Mom, you got to watch this show because they're my favorite girl group." So I watched it, and they were not only just flipping adorable, but there was this one scene I remember where they're in like an open air market, and they come across this table full of little instruments, and they're picking up the drums and the little shakers, and they're sitting there making music together, and they all buy a little instrument, and I'm like, these girls love to make music. They're songwriters. They actually have talent, and then bang, we get one
No.
song Rosie wrote, you know, like in
And
in 5 years.
because people don't realise that Rose actually does play the guitar, you know.
Yeah.
And these girls could do. When's their contract up? It's got to be soon. Next year.
I think
When's
it is
7
too.
years. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Oh. When
Get
did
out.
Whistle come out? Whistle came out when?
Is that
2016
2017 or 16? Might have been 16.
Let me check.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It might be like 5 years for them, 5, 6. Somewhere.
But then I guess it depends when they their contract. They would have had contracts that were in place before.
Oh yeah, when they were
Because they were
trainees.
trainees.
But
Because
then
they're
some of
trainees.
them write up, some of them write up contracts from debut time as well.
Yeah, doesn't. 2016 Whistle. But I mean, yeah, they could have had a 7-year trainee contract that started before.
That's true.
Before then.
So interesting to see what happens. Like if like they left, or if like let's just say one of them doesn't resign. Like the vengeance that would come after the one that didn't resign. The resign.
Yeah.
Terrible. It would be like wrath of God. Like never hear from her again. Bury her under the earth. It would be just horrible. It wouldn't be the trend of like, you know, members come in from different groups and now, you know, promoting together. It wouldn't be 2 p.m. It wouldn't be Got 7. It wouldn't be anything like that. They would bury her.
He would be, yeah. So how dare she? You know,
Right.
You don't do that.
That's so terrifying that none of them would probably do it. Even if one of them did, they probably, unless it was, even if all 4 of them left. No. Very. Unless they got themselves to America and was like, okay, now we're here in America all together as a group. That would be the only way.
No, after seeing them at Coachella, they did so well last year at Coachella.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And they were singing live. The crowd went off, even those, you know, obviously that people that, well, I'm assuming a lot of people there weren't K-pop fans, maybe just Blackpink fans. I mean, 3 of them are fluent in English. They could make it.
They're a worldwide group.
Yeah, they really are. They really are.
But they're treated like YG as though they're like
to be there.
money losers in some way.
Well,
like,
yeah,
you know.
and he just keeps giving. They just keep getting the same songs. You know,
God,
the same-
Teddy. God.
The exact same
God.
songs.
Oh.
Like,
Oh,
all right,
God.
maybe they should get a new girl group to give all these fucking starter groups the material that Teddy's writing.
Well,
And
and
you
if
know,
that is
How about you let them do their own?
Right.
exactly.
They clearly know how
Let
to write
them have
music.
creative control over them. They're adults. They're grown women. They should have
you
the
let
ability
Icon,
to.
you let Icon do Icon. You let Winner do Winner.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yep. That's the thing. That's the
There's one
sexism
difference
thing.
between
That's
them.
it is.
you let Akmu do Akmu.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well, see,
Which
I
one
feel
of
like
these-
Akmu had like a bit of an advantage in this sense because
Correct.
they weren't
That's
they were
still it.
trainees, but
Right.
yeah,
They contest. But you
Yeah.
let Winner and Icon do what they do, and that was through a contest. You let them survival show, and you let Bi and Bobby in the beginning do whatever they want to do. You let Winner do whatever they want to do, but God forbid one of them would be like, "Hey, I want to produce a song. If you don't sit down, girl, what? Wait,
Right.
and it's so like interesting how they, you know, how YG sort of treats these girl groups that they have as though they're all just like nobody like I feel like there's someone being like nobody likes you, like you're not popular, and then you see like
legit.
To Anyone performing at Coachella and like the crowd just fucking losing their minds, like and you're just like
crying about
yeah,
it.
like
Yeah.
sobbing, like I can't believe To Anyone's here, and it's just like. You fucking liars! You're all
Yeah.
just a bunch
Right.
of fucking liars.
It's all gaslighting from the beginning, from under
Yeah.
the whole from trainee
Hey,
to current
people.
day. He's just
100%
gaslit all the women.
lucky to be here. You're lucky we signed you. You're lucky we let you have a song every 8 months. You're lucky we let you go on.
If they're
tour.
lucky, 8 months.
You're-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky we let you have an album. And we're lucky we let you go on tour every once in a while. We're only going to give you 5 cities, but yeah. Okay, thanks, bye. It just feels like you won
It's
the lucky
insulting.
lottery. You have to sign with YG. What? Wait.
And then so every time they're like, "Oh, we're starting a new girl group," I'm like,
Why?
Teen girls born after 2004, run away.
Because apparently, grown women, you know, apparently don't sell.
Not just that. What the hell is
Scares in
Weird.
Sunmi
Not saying
and
it's
Chungha and IU. Like, okay.
Or maybe grown women just aren't as controllable as.
Well, it's like Somi. Where is
Babies.
Somi? Where is Somi
Right.
been?
Right.
What's the last song she put out? This
I mean,
woman
she's
was number 1 on produce, and you
Yeah.
have, I mean, where?
Where
Where
indeed? Mm-hmm.
Because Chungha was in AOA, Sejong was in AOA, and it's like Somi cricket.
Yeah.
I know she has, CFs and endorsements, but as far as music, where is she?
And so much, I don't know why YG does this, but they take, okay, so they had 21. 21 were amazing. And then they're going to have Blackpink. They take all these songs that clearly were meant for 21. And then Blackpink comes out with those songs. And then Blackpink's getting shit. And Somi is going to debut with YG. And Somi comes out with some songs. I'm like, those are fucking Blackpink songs. I can hear it. Those are Blackpink songs. Why aren't they getting them?
Yeah.
And now Somi's going to go in the dungeon. And this new girl is going to get all the good songs. It just doesn't make any sense why you would do that.
All 2 of the good songs that they've determined women are allowed to perform.
2 that they might have for, it's just, but even so, it's like this stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people still like it, but I don't personally like what Blackpink is putting out anymore. So at least what they have put out.
No, it's pretty much all the same.
I think it's
formula,
fine,
but it's
exciting.
It's not
It's the
interesting. It doesn't have much
Right.
personality.
they can do. They're so talented. They could do other stuff.
Yeah.
It's music that I call like background music. Like it's the music I put on the background when I'm like
Yeah.
cleaning or something. Like it's
Right.
It was on at the pet store the other day. When I went to
yeah,
the
when you
pet
want like
store.
a good beat, but you're not actually paying attention.
Yeah.
I actually exercise to it because I'm not listening. Like
Yeah.
the
Consistent
beats
beat.
are great.
Yeah, you just need the beat. Yeah, you don't
But
need the
let them
distraction.
control their music and watch what comes out. Watch what they can do. Like that's the
Exactly.
whole problem. Like
Right.
Part of YG's problem is Teddy. Like honestly, even though Teddy is not as horrifying, but part of YG's problem is Teddy. Teddy controlling the music, Teddy controlling the beat, Teddy producing everything, Teddy deciding the songs, Teddy sitting there doing the vocal arrangements, Teddy doing everything, and you're like, wait a minute.
He's just putting out these formulaic songs. He's probably got a stock of them sitting there, waiting for someone to. And
5 years ago, if you listen to Pink Venom, that's essentially like an American hip hop song. That's like, okay, you got great rap sections, you got Rose and Jisoo, let them sing. Let them okay,
Treasure.
great. And
Well,
then
he
you
gets
do the
his-
same
he gets his-
tap thing every time. Oh God, we didn't even talk about Treasure.
I've got whole notes on it.
Tell us about Treasure Loose.
Right, well,
Oh God.
obviously they've just had the two members leave, Machine
Mashino
and Yadam,
Yadam.
who were like the top, they were like the main vocal and the main dancer, right?
Yeah.
The main talent.
And Yadam was like the top trainee of YG, the longest trained of any of the Treasure Boys when Treasure Box started.
Did he produce?
He produced as well, but wasn't allowed to do it much on Treasure tracks.
Classic.
He
Yep.
had a solo. He had a solo that he was allowed to release, which shows you how much he was like the prize boy at YG. So for him to leave, some serious
That's
crap
huge.
has gone down.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
indifferences, and we all know the good old like lies you get fobbed off with. They both like. He went to do some producing aside from Treasure and Mashiho and with his health issues, hiatuses. And as that goes on, you know that it's going to be like not a hiatus. It's really just a cover for there's differences going on here. They arguably they were like the faces of the group as well, like the most popular, some of the most popular members. So there's some serious for them to be let go, to allowed to leave.
Right.
There's some serious issues here. Treasure Box was a whole mess of like him changing his mind between like they were told what was it five boys, and then it was like, oh well, we'll make 2 groups, and then somebody left even before debut that was in the final lineup, And then they went, should we just combine everybody then? And this was after like not telling anybody anything for ages. I remember loads of people that watched the show being like, what the hell is going to happen? What's happening? Right. Like, which, you know. And
the two guys who were on the show that are in, you know, CIX, it's like, well, hell. CIX like came out, had a win, had another album, and it's like, wait a minute, where's the guys in Treasure?
Yeah.
Wait.
If you go back and watch the Stray Kids versus YG episode of the Stray Kids reality show, and you look at all the YG boys that were there at that time, every single one of them, except Yeram, went on to another group.
Yeah.
Like, they left. They left YG because there was nothing going to happen. Treasure was dragging on and dragging on.
YG is incredibly an incredibly good company at finding great talent and then doing nothing with it.
Right.
And then sitting there and going like, why are all the other companies more popular than us these days?
Yeah.
Well, it must be because Big Bang's in the military. No.
Yeah.
No, that's not why.
When Big Bang enlisted and when CL left, where the company was in real dire trouble because people were like, well, what is going to happen now? Because all the talent seems to be jumping shit. But and they managed to just like basically Blackpink like and stuff save the day.
Hemorrhage talent.
With How You Like That came out just after that time, which was obviously massive. And then they just sort of went off the back of all that.
Yeah.
What they do, is they put out like a really good group and then maybe give them a comeback that's really great, and then that's it. You don't.
Then you never hear from them again.
Right.
They were such trailblazers to go from being like that very first like hip hop oriented, you know, driving beat, you know, out there, getting out there.
And artist oriented. I feel like they were setting this. They were setting the stage with Big Bang to say we are artist oriented. We are letting them self-produce, write their music. And where did all that go?
With all that talent, you let it walk right out the door.
Yep.
Right. Light sticks. The company invented light sticks, for goodness sake. We got tons of. The man said, "Hey, let's create this little thing, and instead of people having glow sticks, why don't we create this something that is so taken for granted now that you just think,
one of the biggest, like, girl
coming out with like
harder things to come through."
And it's like all of that creativity just like went to Big Bang in 21, and it was just like, okay, now what do we do? I don't know. We got people. What do we do now? I don't know.
Right.
So instead of saying, hey, let's let our artists be artists, let them do what they do because they're good at what they do. Nah, let's not. But we'll only let the guys do that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies. So we're going to control you and everything you do, and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Not
to mention, oh my God. We haven't even mentioned, I just was thinking that he's meant to say this during Treasure. The way Treasure, remember when they did and had the babies, the 16-year-olds at the front going,
Oh, yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
Gross. I can't.
Remember that?
Let's not remember that.
It leaves a bad taste in your mouth, is what
That's exactly why I didn't even feel the need to look into them, because I remember seeing that. And
I love that song.
It's
one of my favorite. It's
I
on
can't
my
watch
list.
the MV, and the MV destroyed the songs. It destroyed the song
And
for
I
me
love
because I didn't want to.
And that's my bias.
I love Boy.
The 16-year-old.
Okay, this is kind of. Oh, what was that? No, sir. That's your follow-up? No, sir.
It was too much.
And then somehow, I mean, I love Treasure's great, but they get the song Jikjin, which the second I heard that, I'm like, why isn't Icon getting an Icon song? Like, why isn't Icon recording Jikjin? And then Icon records Jikjin, and it's better.
Just give them out like that. They just deal them out to whoever,
It's like they shuffle it and just kind of like, you get this, you get this, you get this. Like, we're not going to check, but we'll give it to you.
It's not like SM does it. You kind of go, oh, okay, that reminds me of ... but it still sounds like Favorite. I love Favorite because it's NCT doing EXO, but it's still NCT.
Right.
You have that like whistle in the back, and you would never have that whistly sound in that back, but you can hear EXO doing that song.
Absolutely.
Or how certain songs.
Oh well, Superhuman was a shiny song.
Shiny.
Yeah.
Period.
I think
They've got their songs.
SM, they don't do it at the expense of their other groups. They'll have a deck of cards and they shuffle them out to their groups. But every group, I mean, and I'm not an SM stan. I'm not here to like say they're better than YG, but SM, for the most part, we won't go into effects, but they generally they're supporting all the groups. Like they're all getting good music.
Right.
Correct. And they have identity. Like I mean, even though Blackpink, yes, they're that girl crushy type thing, you know, like this new group. Okay, are you doing another girl crush group? Like, are you going to do that again? Like is the third time going to be the charm?
Yes. Yeah. But with girls born after 2004, I sure the fuck hope that they're not doing a girl crush concept yet. Gee.
Well, the whole New Jeans thing. I mean,
let's
finish this up.
We're finishing.
Sarah mentioned.
My bad.
Can anyone say Mix 9? Yes, we can. And we
oh my god, what a hot mess.
I'm going to be waiting for Mike to be out of his website.
Like, the dumpster is still on fire throughout this whole thing.
You know, but Mix 9 did give us Ace reading him to his face. So, you know.
Right, okay.
Just...
The savagery of Ace right there.
Just being like,
Well, I wanted to keep these rants short because an hour is very tired. So we're gonna sign off. If there's any other groups, entertainment companies you'd like us to rant about, we'll rant about anything. All right. I think we need to rant. We need to rant about Spire. We need to rant about Spire.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
I'm here for that.
Put it in the comments. But this is just a quick half-hour rant because we feel like it. I'm pretty sure Trish is going to be ranting for the entire half an hour when we do Spire Entertainment.
Yes.
And
I can't wait.
There's probably New Jeans. New Jeans management. God. This could go on forever.
Oh,
really.
yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week for what are we doing? It's the